I'm not mad at that though. I'm not mad at that
Hold
when people say
on,
that at
I
all.
disagree. To me, it go Forest Hills, the off season, then Bourne Center. We're sleeping on the off
Excuse me?
season.
What
You
you
sleep
just say?
the off season? Are y'all sleep?
What's good with y'all? Welcome back to the TKIA podcast, better known as the Know It All podcast, with your three hosts, me, Don, Some Chill, 3Gs, and the Wrestling Geek. Today's episode is gonna be kind of short for y'all because we are late on behinding on scheduling. It's episode 73, so we're gonna be a little bit behind. Uh, yeah, it's a Stephen A. video. I don't really care for Stephen A., but it's a hot topic, so we're gonna talk about it. Before we get too deep in anything, once again, obviously, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe as always, because we have multiple social medias. Follow us on all of them, particularly
Yep.
TikTok, because TikTok is it's not the fastest growing, it is the fastest growing social media out there. Instagram is still Instagram. We still get views on there, so follow us on there too. And obviously the big one, YouTube, hit that big fat red subscribe button, hit that bell button,
Mm-hmm.
and have all your notifications on, hit the like button.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and anything else, Donna, go ahead and take over from that point.
Yeah, personal IGs right here. As you said already, for our group podcast, Know It All Podcast YT. That's our Instagram name. YT stands for YouTube. Know It All Podcast on YouTube as well, and Wrestling Geek as well for wrestling content. And
Glad he
TikTok,
said that.
yeah, TikTok, Know It All Podcast. And Don's drinking today. We have a classic Woodford Reserve on the rocks. Brought that back for another appearance. And yeah, LeBron versus Stephen A. Smith. I don't know if we have clips or anything, but I mean, we can kind of talk about what's going on.
Well, before we get too deep into that, I do want to say again, like Don said, I do have a wrestling channel for all the new viewers. Um, I did record two videos today upon us recording this, and it won't. I'm having a hard time uploading it. It won't let me to edit. I recorded it on my phone. I haven't done it in years, but I was in the car and I feel like recording. So I'm having a hard time getting it off my phone right now. But I will have those videos up as soon as possible. Stay patient with me, please. But it's WrestleMania season, so I'm trying to get as much content out as possible. But yes, LeBron, Stephen A. Smith, the random beef that we all knew we never needed.
Yeah, I don't know. But did y'all see the clip where he had posted Stephen A. training?
Yes.
And it
Yeah,
was
I've
like,
seen that.
bro, like I don't understand this beef at all, bro.
Stephen A. Smith gets paid to be a douchebag, to be a jack butt. It's too early in the video to cuss. So a jack butt. Um, he gets paid to be a analyst, if you want to call him that. I don't call
I
him
mean,
analyst. I call him
he's for sure an analyst, and a lot of people
no.
respect him.
I call them what's the word that they use for them nowadays? They're not analysts. They're personalities. They're personalities. That's what they are today.
Okay, Tim, put
They're
your camera.
personalities. They don't talk about sports anymore. It's always about politics. It's always about something else. It's never about sports. He only got pressed by LeBron because he's talking about his son. Talk about his game, not him personally.
That's true. I mean, yeah, because
You're not wrong.
I think he said some stuff about like telling him what he should and should not do as a father, and to be fair, like
He
this is
said
the
that.
only, yeah, I think it was on the lines of that, like kind of setting Bronny up, setting himself up for failure, or he should have maybe been in college still, or anything like that. Like those are the talks of stuff. Like we can look at clips if y'all want, but we can keep it a regular discussion. But I think that's what was said. If not, y'all let us know like more. But I mean, I followed it enough, but I didn't do a deep dive into it. But I thought it was still funny. I mean, it is still hilarious to be honest. But I mean, yeah, like he kind of questioned his judgment as a father, pretty much. Like he should or should not be doing certain things with Bronny. Which, to be fair, we've never seen a Hall of Famer in this position to be able to bring his son in playing with him at the same time. So this is a very unique situation. So it's weird. It's weird, but it's funny at the same time. At least he acknowledged that he would lose the fight. He said it ain't gonna be no Will Smith, Chris Rock, but I am gonna hit you back. At least he acknowledged
He
that he
said,
was
I
gonna
am gonna
lose.
hit you back.
He said if they ever came to that, I will hit you back. But I mean, at least he was like, at least he ain't trying to make it seem like he was just gonna beat him up. Which that doesn't mean everybody that's big knows how to fight.
I
But
don't
I mean, it is.
believe
I don't know. So
none of it.
what you mean? You think it's
It's
all like?
all just to
Okay.
bring views to the NBA.
Yeah, because Lord knows they need it.
That could very well
That's
be
all
true.
it is. That's
That could
all.
very well be true. From our, if we are not conspiracy back, that could very well be true.
They need all the views they can get because he get worse by the year. Adam Silver is the worst commissioner in all the sports. He needs to be let go, retire. I don't know how that worked for a commissioner, but he need to go.
I have no clue how that works.
Adam Silver
You
is an
need to
awful
pass the
commissioner.
torch.
He's done nothing good for the NBA.
Nothing good.
Nothing. Everything he does makes it worse. He tried to innovate the All Star game. It gets worse every time he does something new. The All Star weekend in general just sucks. It's always sucks. I ain't gonna say always cool. When I was younger,
Okay, so
All Star
let's
game
so
was
let's
actually
stop there.
good.
Let's stop there. If we're so used to the same All Star Weekend formation, or were they not never supposed to change that to get new viewers?
They didn't have a problem when we was younger, mid 2010s,
Because we were
2000s.
young, but now we're old, seeing the same stuff over and over again.
No. It's not about the fact that it's the same stuff. It's the fact back then they actually played basketball. It wasn't just some random pickup game. It was, oh, I mean, technically it was, but it was a random pickup game
But it
they
was more
took
competitive.
serious.
Yeah,
Yeah, like when Kobe and KG and I would say Tim Duncan, but Tim Duncan fiery, but he like the quiet type, but he still was fiery competitive. Like all the old heads, I guess again, they go with generations. You know, these dudes nowadays, they super soft. They don't want to. I get the point. I get the not want to get injured. That's completely fine, especially if you're the franchise and your
but
players
still
get
play
hurt.
hard though.
Yeah, give me a reason to watch. I haven't watched the All Star game in like it's been a couple years since I
Right.
watched the All Star game, so it's no point. All Star weekend, I don't even watch that no more.
I don't really actually this year and like compared to the last 2 years, I didn't even watch any of it. I just saw like clips and stuff from social media. Then I saw who like won a 3-point contest or anything like that. I haven't really watched anything.
And speaking of Stephen A. Smith, while we on the topic, he said Bronny should do his job better. How about he do his job better? Because he's not good at his job either.
That's
He's good at
debatable.
he's good at being a personality, not an analyst.
I mean, that's what it is now. Social media, you just have to be a personality. You don't have to be the smartest guy in the room. You don't
Well,
have to
to be
be the
honest
most
with you,
personable. You have to have the personality because social media is all you need now to grow your career.
my thing is his job changed from being an analyst to just being more of a
Well, a
BA
journalist,
figurehead and
journalist first,
journalist. Well,
journalist
or just
first.
a journalist.
Yeah,
Because you
journalist
gotta
first, doing
understand, we
articles
can
and
look
then
up
being
our
able to
own
go up there.
stats and do our own analysis. All we gotta do
Yeah,
is look
but
at the stats.
yeah, but that's how we're saying like times have changed. That's how it was then because it wasn't everyone had a voice on social media to give their own opinions and stats. And he was brought up in that time that didn't exist. They were the voice. Now everybody has a voice. So he's still I still got to give him props for being that guy that can still have his personality go forward. I mean, he didn't get 100+ mil from ESPN mistakenly for no reason. They're still getting views, and
Oh,
they're
it
still
was
one of
for
the
no
highest
reason.
views. Well, yeah, that's
Well,
your
it's
opinion,
not
but I'm
for no
saying the
reason.
ratings is not
It's
for no
because
reason.
he is doing his job.
That's what I'm saying. He's doing his job. They're not gonna get nobody 100 mil because he got personality. No, people actually believe the stuff that he says. People actually
Homie
listen.
got an NBA contract.
That's what I'm saying.
100 mil for
He
a
got a
sports analyst is
5 year
crazy.
something. I
100
think like
mil
that.
is insane. He
Yeah.
got a Patrick Mahomes contract. They just throwing out 100 million. ESPN just throwing out 100
But that's
mil.
the ratings though. Like that show is the highest one, and it's been the highest one for years now.
ESPN will
ESPN has
do
been
the same
falling off
thing
a
to
cliff for
100 million.
years.
You said what? Well, y'all both said this.
ESPN ratings have been dropping for years.
Not that show. That show is what is ESPN now. That's why.
First of all, debate shows in 2024 are garbage. Let's just be real. I mean, 2025. I'm
Well, I
sorry.
don't think that's
2025 is
really.
ass.
Is that considered a debate show?
It would be by that
It's
standard.
not always
Sitting in
considered
front
a
of
debate
two
show.
people.
Sometimes they just talk about stuff. I mean, I guess that could be a debate. Yeah. I
I'd
mean,
rather watch
I don't watch
YouTubers.
any of them. I mean, I haven't watched First Take in a minute.
I
Well, I
haven't
mean,
watched First Take
probably
in
years.
years. It's been over a
Probably
decade.
years. But I will be honest that I did watch the Undisputed with Skip and Shannon. I did watch
Nope.
that when they were still
Never watched
together. I
that
still
either.
watched that because I thought it was funny. But that's what I'm saying. Sometimes that's all you need, bro. It's personality. It's not about what somebody is saying is true or false. We know how naive Skip can be with some of his takes, and even Stephen
Speaking
A.
of,
It's your personality that trails through. So
to take a quick note from Fox, we gonna know the fact that Joy Taylor somehow back on TV like nothing ever happened.
Right.
We're just gonna put that on the sheet like she didn't do none of that. She right back on TV like nothing happened.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do, I guess.
Box. That's not how it works. A pretty face don't mean you can get your butt right back on TV. That's not how it works. She
What happened?
had sexual allegations. Technically, she didn't have no sexual allegations. Somebody was. She's. What's the proper way to say this? She's a thought
Oh, that's
for the money.
well, what do you mean? I don't think that's the proper way to say anything. But to be
Well, I
honest,
didn't want to say something else on YouTube, and they, oh, you said this, and now we got to
what
take
did
the
she?
video down.
What did she say? I mean, what did she do?
What did she do? She slept with everybody in the world to get to the top. Then she the same one preaching on her own little podcast. Oh, I don't need no man this, I don't need a guy that, but I can do this on my own.
Wait, was it? Is
She
that proof?
slept to the top. Yeah, it's proof.
So what?
You didn't hear the
got
whole thing
leaked or
back in
something?
January?
It got leaked or something?
The lady, you remember that lawsuit?
Uh,
The lady, one of the ladies in was working with Fox. She put a lawsuit out on them.
what's her name?
I forgot her name, but it was a whole lawsuit starting in January. That's why I say every month is somebody else.
Oh.
January was her, February was somebody else, and then March, I don't know who the heck March belongs to so far, but yeah, that was a whole little scandal early in the year.
Yep.
I mean,
That's
to be
all-
fair,
that's
like
all
to be
Fox
fair,
did.
if she didn't break the law, then
Oh, she broke the law. She broke the work law.
okay. That's
She's a whore.
okay. We understand, but she didn't break any laws that would.
The point I'm
mess
trying to
up
make
the
is she
reputation
shouldn't
of these-
be on TV. That's a bad representation if you're Fox.
I mean, it is a bad representation, but I mean, Shannon is still on TV.
Who?
Shannon Sharp.
That's a bad look too.
I'm just saying, like,
Well, they
I
said the
feel like-
allegations say I don't think they named him in the allegations.
No, but he had that sexual.
Oh
thing.
yeah, that's
It's the
bad look too.
same concept.
If it
But
was
I
a regular
mean,
job, he'd be fired.
yeah, but it's not a regular job. That's what I'm trying to say, bro. Personality
No,
gets you a
ESPN
lot.
used to be a regular job.
Yeah, it's
But
not anymore.
now it
Yeah,
kisses
it's not
ass, so it got to be all politic and woke and all that BS. But yeah, the point I'm trying to make is she should be fired, but it's all good. Stephen A. Smith is a clown. LeBron's a clown.
Whoa,
Bronny's a clown,
whoa.
but he's hooping.
Why is he a clown?
What the heck happened to D Wade's son? Is Carmelo's son in college yet?
Wait, so much going on. I have some of these answers. Do you want them?
Well, I know D Wade's son is trash. Let's just be real, he's trash.
He still don't he hoop in Africa?
That's the point I'm making. Who cares?
I think he hoops
No,
in
who
Africa
cares?
for a pro league or something. I'm not sure, bro.
You got Bronny who hooping, Carmelo's son up next. I think he's really good.
He plays.
Bryce
He's
coming up
actually
soon.
he's already committed to Syracuse, by the way.
Everybody hooping except for Zaire Wade. What happened? I know what happened.
Zaire Wade wasn't that good,
Exactly.
but I mean he was solid. I feel, but I don't think he was good enough for people to
Trash.
bet on him a little bit. But
No, he's not good.
He
It's all good.
He would have had a better chance in the NBA, in my opinion, starting off than Bronny.
yeah, because the lights wouldn't have been as bright.
I felt like the attention was on the wrong son.
What
The
you
one
mean?
that's hooping?
Oh no, we're not going down that path.
We talking about Bronny? I'm confused. Bronny
No,
hooping right now.
he's
Just stay
talking.
confused. Just stay confused.
He's talking about how many kids does D Wade have?
I have no idea, to be honest with you. I really don't know. I don't keep
Okay,
up with
well,
his
he
personal
has
life.
he has the daughter, I think, from Gabrielle Union, but he had
They
two
actually
other
have a
kids.
child?
Yeah, they do, but he has two other kids from his ex-wife. It was Zaire, and
You talking about the transgender one?
yes, that's what it was talking about.
Oh, well, that's a personal issue. Tell me he got to figure out himself.
No, he said that. Bro, that's stupid. All right, let's move on, bro.
Yeah, just move on.
I mean, while we're talking about Bronny, y'all can go check out episode 72, which we had live stream. So if you want to go check that out, that's under our live tab instead of our video tab. So we talked about that and broke down his career high for G League, not for the NBA. 39 points, 60-something% from the field, 14 from 21. So yeah, y'all can go check that out. But yeah, I mean, Bronny's hooping. Carmelo's son, Cayenne, right? Cayenne, something like that. Hooping, declared for Syracuse. So following his dad's footsteps. Hopefully not all of them. No disrespect, but want to see him do something more too. Gilbert Arenas' son, tough. Elijah
like your
Arenas,
dad.
tough.
Follow
Elijah
the
Arenas
bag.
is tough. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I think
Don't
he
follow
probably
your
the
dad's
best.
footsteps.
Oh yeah, that's tough. But I mean, Bronny. But I agree with Tim though. Like Zaire Wade would have definitely had an easier bout to the NBA if he made it.
He was in the G League at one point.
I
Was
don't
he?
know what happened.
Was he in the
Yes,
G
I
League?
think he was. I
Yeah,
believe
he
he was
was
in the G
actually.
League. So I
He
mean, he's
was.
not
I don't
good.
know what happened.
He was
He's
in the G League.
trash.
Zaire Wade was in the G League. That's what telling me.
I think he was.
Okay, I'm gonna believe y'all. I'm gonna let Google tell me otherwise. Oh my God, 1 point. Zaire Wade had 1.2 rebounds, 1 assist. What year was that? 2021, 2022. Oh, he was in the G League. He played for the Salt Lake City Stars, yeah, Utah, because his dad isn't Dwayne Wade part owners of Utah Jazz? That's what it was. Yeah, I mean you can't get anywhere with 1 point.
I didn't hear nobody complain when he got his son on the G League team, but everybody complained when Bronny got put on the team. What's
Come
the
on,
difference?
He got put on
Terrence.
the
It's a
NBA.
huge difference.
No, it's not. D Wade's a legend. What's the difference?
It's
The
not the
team.
GOAT. It's not the
The
GOAT debate.
team.
It don't have to be GOAT debate.
It
What
is
difference
the
does it
GOAT
make?
debate. It is the
If
GOAT
Michael
debate.
Jordan did the same thing to his
Terrence,
kids, nobody be complaining.
Terrence, it's not that. It's the fact that Bronny got put on the Lakers.
Who
an NBA
cares?
team.
LeBron could have been on the Sixers. If he put his son on the same team, what difference does it make? He's still LeBron. It don't make a difference. It don't make a difference what
One
the team
put
is.
his son in the G League. The other put his in the league.
No. He didn't put his son in the G League. He just sucked. That's why he was in the G League. He placed his son on the team. What's the difference? He used his influence. LeBron used his influence. What's the difference?
I'm not disagreeing with you. I don't think there's no difference. I'm just telling you.
What I was trying
People
to say.
look at it differently because it's LeBron.
So in other words, people just want to cry.
Yeah. Because everybody do it. If MJ did the same thing, I don't think no one would complain about it.
Well, his kids were trash. So
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. They were. So like there is nothing to complain about if they're not showing up. But I mean, it's just LeBron. That's the problem.
double standards
I
is
think
crazy.
LeBron is the most hated. But I mean, I know Tim would disagree with that. He would say Kobe. But I think LeBron is the most hated. I mean, look at it now. No one else would care if it was somebody else's son. Generally, no one else.
I don't think it's. This is why I say that.
Except for
I
LeVar.
say
True.
the reason it seems like he's the most hated is because that's all the media push.
Huh?
It's every sports network that deals with basketball is going to say
Push
something
negativity.
about LeBron.
Push negativity.
Whether it's negative or not, they're going to say something about LeBron. Is what I'm saying.
Well,
No, that's not what we're arguing.
Hold on. Let me finish. With them just bringing up LeBron, you have people like Skip who will bring the negativity. That's what I'm saying.
Negativity sells, yes.
There we go.
But that still doesn't mean you can't be positive about someone that does a lot for the game. Why do you think negativity sells with LeBron?
I'm not saying you can't.
What are you saying?
But it sells. It's what make people watch them.
Okay, but you can be negative by any other player. You could be negative by any other player.
I can say the most negative stuff about LeBron right now. Truly hate. I guarantee you we'll get the views we want.
I understand that, but why can't you be negative about another player?
You can be negative about KD. KD will get views too. KD's pretty hated.
Yeah, but yeah, okay, that's cool. Name more though.
But
we're talking about Hall of Famers.
Hold on. It's because
Chris Paul. People hate Chris Paul. I don't know what it is that he do.
Why do people hate Chris Paul? I've never heard of that.
I've seen people hate Chris Paul. I don't know what it is, but they just hate Chris Paul.
They out there. They're out there.
I mean, everyone's out there. Everyone don't like somebody. A lot of people don't like Jason Tatum.
That's weird to me. I don't know why. Maybe because he did a dumbass.
It's all the stuff he be doing, bro.
It's his gameplay.
The celebrations, the KD copying, mimicking, the Kobe.
That's different. He made himself unlikable.
No, but I think it's just
he made himself unlikable.
But that's what I'm saying. I think it's just his influence and what he's growing up watching. I don't think that he did those things intentionally to get that.
No, he did that. Anything is possible intentionally. That was strictly intentional. KG did it. Celtics. That's strictly intentional. You know what he was doing.
Bro, that's crazy. You're probably right though, but I think that's funny. This is my take and this is my opinion. And of course, we all got different opinions. I think because LeBron is the only one that could have challenged MJ's throne, that's why he's the most hated, because no one wants to see the guy that they love so much dethroned. That's what I think the problem
That's
is.
another thing that adds to it as well.
Because we don't see we see hate from people about KD, especially what he did with the Warriors and a whole bunch of this other stuff. Of course, we see that hate, but you're going to challenge the guy that's been at the top since what, the 80s, and created his own brand, own shoes, all this stuff that we do now is because of
He
that
kind of
guy.
did that to
We're going to
himself,
hate
too.
you.
KD kind of put himself in that position too.
KD did, yeah. I think everybody put this. I mean,
He
even
just
with
thought
Bron,
he was gonna get the same. He's just
even with Bron, when he left for the Cavs and went to Miami, whether he thought that was the best thing for him or not, he did things that was going to look like hater. I mean, it was going to create that because that was his decision.
That was nowhere near what KD did though. Like,
It wasn't, but it was still crazy.
But KD
at the time,
that was
you got to think he was beloved by everybody. Then he made that switch, and
everybody burning his jerseys and a
rings
whole bunch of other stuff. Like a lot of decisions that they make, because everything they do is under a microscope, is gonna seem hated. No one's ever gonna love it 100%.
I'm gonna be honest with you too. The only reason people ain't hating on LeBron even more now too is because he didn't actually win with Miami too.
What you mean? You
like
thought
when
he did win, it'd be worse?
He said he was. Let me say that. Because let's say they won 4 straight rings back.
Oh, you talking about like the not 4, not 5? You talking about that? Oh, I mean, they still won 2 out of 4, right?
The whole point is once he went back to Cleveland and won,
5 straight.
5 straight. You think they would have hated him less? I think they would have hated him.
No, I said they would have hated. It would have been more hate. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like,
he's closer to Jordan now.
Exactly. So it's a lose-lose for LeBron. It don't matter what he does. It's a lose-lose. He stays to the Cavs. He don't have the career he has now.
Not 6, not 7,
so
not 8. He just kept going. I said, okay,
I don't know why he did that.
All night.
That was crazy. Yeah, I don't know why he did that. That was insane. I never understood that.
He was too lit. He was too.
I mean, I think he was just, how you're just happy to have new beginnings. I just think that's what that was. But that was crazy. I would have never went on live saying not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7. Your contract is not even up by then. How you gonna have 8? Nah, bro. They could be able to afford all y'all forever. D-Wade was 30 something, almost, right?
No, he wasn't. When Bron first got to Miami. No, yeah, Bron was like 26.
I thought he was talking about toward the tail end.
Oh yeah, he was in his 30s then.
I'm saying in general. I'm saying in general, he wasn't taking into account how old.
Oh, just in general, like his health and yeah, he wasn't.
Well, he was healthy at that point though.
He was,
but not for 5, 6, 7.
D-Wade's injuries didn't really kick in like fully for his career. So Bron really got their second year, and they still won championships.
He still was having knee and ankle issues.
Let's be honest,
but he was able to play
through all that. He was able to play
through. Yeah, I get that.
LeBron stayed there 4 seasons, and everybody's saying after his 4th season, D-Wade was washed. You telling me
Pat Riley
3 more? You telling me he could have got you 3 more?
3 more seasons?
No, he got 3 more seasons with him. I'm saying 3 more rings.
D-Wade was washed after 2014, I want to say.
Yeah.
2014 was like that. He was cooked after that. 2013 was like his last good season. And then after that, he was pretty much just kind of a walking shell. Shout out Pat Riley again. What a way to ruin the franchise.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's fantastic.
He ain't recovered since Bron left. He's still salty.
I mean, that's my opinion when it comes to why he's the most hated, because he's the only one that's been even capable to dethrone Michael Jordan. And the old heads don't like that.
Shout out Pat Riley.
Don't not say it again. It's fine. We heard you. But as far as the LeBron Stephen A. Smith take, this could all be just a gimmick. A lot of things are a gimmick. It could be that. It could be real. It could not be real. But I want to ask y'all, do y'all actually think it was wrong for Stephen A. to talk about Bron?
Outside of basketball, yeah.
Outside of basketball. Yeah, I agree. I think if you're an analyst and you're a personality like we discussed, then if you're talking about basketball, it should be fair game. But once you start questioning fatherhood, I don't think that's your bag, brother. I don't think that's your bag. Personally, me, especially because this is the first superstar that we've seen that has this opportunity. LeBron's the first ever to do it. We've never seen this before, so we never knew what we were going to get out of it.
We will never see it again.
You don't think nobody else gonna stay with their son?
Nobody plays that. Nobody plays long enough to even to get that point.
Well now, and that whole generation is gone now. Like LeBron, like the last. Steph's son
Paul.
is super young. Every other star is already retired, and their son's about to come. So yeah, that probably won't happen again.
It's not even about that. You have to have the longevity.
Well, yeah, I know that.
Nobody's gonna have that.
Yeah, I know
I
that.
don't see nobody doing it anyway.
Yeah,
So the
I know
point
that.
is Stephen A. Smith is a clown. Once again, LeBron did what he did as a father. What would you expect him to do? Eventually, he was going to bark back. First time in 20 some years, he's actually said something to somebody, which is insane.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is the first time that he's always given out signals, but this is the first time he went on what's that guy's he went on somebody's or a show
Pat
and
McAfee.
addressed it. Yeah, and addressed it. So like that's how LeBron don't care now. At this point, like it's whatever.
But shout out, Bron. You're a great father. You're successful. Your kids are successful. Your wife is successful. Your whole family's successful. So I don't see how I can call you a bad for anything at this point. I don't know what you do in your personal life. Don't personally care. Not my problem. But from what I see on the court, you're a great basketball player. You seem like a great parent. So keep doing what you're doing.
What are you smiling at, Tim?
I can't smile.
No, I thought you was about to say something. My bad, bro. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay, see.
We ending this now?
No, I mean we're closing. We're closing, yeah, for this one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, all I gotta say is LeBron, Heron, Chevron, Stephen A. and 1.
Did you look that up?
No.
You didn't make that up on your own.
I did. No hating. No hating.
Stephen A. and 1.
Yes.
In 1. Stephen A. and 1. All right. I mean, that's all that we have. Like, we'll probably do another video if anything else happens. But I mean, we appreciate you guys for episode 73. Personal IGs right here. Don King 3Gs, Wrestling Geek, Some Chill. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Know It All Podcast YT. That's our group Instagram. YouTube, Know It All Podcast. TikTok, Know It All Podcast. And go ahead and subscribe to Wrestling Geek, as he said earlier before. And this is all we got for this topic. So we'll see y'all next time.
Bye-bye.